John Ratcliffe, who is our current director of national intelligence and a very good man, has declassified some more information and released a letter yesterday that I don't know how to describe it. I'm losing words for this stuff. A tactical nuke, a bombshell, I don't know. Here's the letter. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but it has 3 critical takeaways, which I'll sum up in a sentence each, and then I'll translate for you. You can read this on the screen if you want to go to watch on video, rumble.com/Bongino to watch the video version of the show. Takeaway number 1. The Russians knew about Hillary Clinton's plan to invent the collusion hoax. Wait, what? Huh? Takeaway number 2, the deuce. CIA Director John Brennan briefed Obama that the Russians knew about Hillary's plan to tar Trump with the Russian collusion hoax, and briefed Obama, July 26th. He did, of 2016. Sounds like a show I did a few weeks ago about an op-ed about John Brennan. Some of you are putting that together right now. So the Russians knew about the collusion hoax. Brennan knew about the collusion hoax. Obama knew about the collusion hoax. What's takeaway number 3? The U.S. intel community warned the FBI that Hillary was doing the Russian collusion hoax. It was her idea, that the Russians knew about it as well, and they knew it was a distraction to get people away from the email scandal Hillary was enmeshed in. Gosh, sounds like a show we did 62,422 times over the last 3 years. What did I tell you? The collusion hoax was weird, isn't it? Was always invented in Hillary Clinton's head with her political advisors to distract you from her email scandal. It was always what's my golden rule of the collusion hoax, that Trump colluded with the Russians to win the election. It was always made up. It's 100% fake news. And the information was attached to real people to make the fake information seem real. I trust Joe. I've known him a long time. If someone wanted to get me to believe something that was not true, they'd probably tell Joe, hey, Joe, convince Dan that the sky is purple, not blue. And I'd be like, gosh, is Joe crazy? The sky really is, but maybe I'm nuts. You know what he's telling you is fake, but because it's from a trusted source, you start to believe it. Folks, does it get any better than this? I don't understand. The director of national intelligence just told you yesterday that the whole collusion hoax was made up by Hillary and the Russians knew about it. And so did Obama. Where was that on the evening news? I'm just checking. It didn't even make the main story on some channels we like. Am I missing this? Like, I'm serious for a minute. You can read the memo, by the way. Am I missing this? So we've been told that Trump is a traitor, a treasonous lurch who sold out the United States to Putin for 4 years by the media. And now we find out, by the way, sorry, it was all fake. Hillary made it up. Obama knew, and the FBI knew about it too because it was a distraction. Maybe you want to cover that? But there's some basic facts people are leaving out of the story. So by the way, Comey is testifying today, so we'll have coverage of that tomorrow. Lying hack Jim Comey, totally disgraced, worst director in FBI history. We'll have that tomorrow. Don't miss that show. But I deliberated on this. I said, how do I cover this today without confusing people? Because Paul always keeps me grounded. And, she said to me yesterday, she's like, just make it make sense. Don't confuse people too much. So here's the best way to do this. You can avoid an assertion, right? But you can't avoid a question. You ask someone a question, they can't avoid it. You make an assertion to them, they can disregard it. So the best way to cover this is, how would you do it? If Joe Armacost was going to set up his political opponent and Joe was running for president and make up a fake story about him colluding with the Russians, how would you do it? Well, the first thing I would do, Joe, tell me if I'm wrong, is I would get a campaign flack, a loser with no integrity, to go on national television and do a trial balloon, right? Armacost campaign flack. He's running against Tony Bag of Donuts. Tony colluded with the Russians. Joe's probably not going to say it. He's going to get one of his campaign flacks with zero dignity to go out and float it to see how it, give it a test run, right, Joe? Make sure he doesn't get laughed at.
Yeah.
Makes sense? You'd say there's no way that happened. Okay, let's go to late July. I think this is July 24th. Wow, that's really weird. A couple of days before the briefing of Brennan and Obama about Hillary. That's really strange. Here's Hillary's campaign flack on national cable television. The first time we hear about this Russian collusion thing they just made up. Weird how it happened at the exact same time Obama got wind of this. Check this out.
What's disturbing to us is that experts are telling us that Russian state actors broke into the DNC, stole these emails, and other experts are now saying that the Russians are releasing these emails for the purpose of actually helping Donald Trump. I don't think it's coincidental that these emails were released on the eve of our convention.
Again, if you were going to invent a collusion hoax, what would be step one? Tell everybody about the collusion hoax and use your campaign flack to do it. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, did Robbie Mook, Clinton, phony, fraud, loser, did he just go on national television and tell people Trump is colluding with the Russians about Hillary's hacked emails? The distraction? Oh yeah, he did. And instead of the media being critical about it, saying, do you have any actual evidence of that? They just let it go. So again, how would you foster a collusion hoax? Step one, get your hack to go out and do it. Well, what would be step two? Sooner or later, you're going to have to provide some, dreaded air quotes here, folks, evidence of the collusion that doesn't exist. You're going to have to provide something. The media is going to ask you some question, even though they're frauds. So how about getting a foreigner friendly to the Clinton Foundation and the Clintons overseas? How about getting a foreigner to pitch a tip to the FBI that someone on the Trump team told you something about Russians or dirt and Hillary? Now, keep in mind, July 26th is the date we now have from Ratcliffe that Obama finds out about Hillary's scheme to invent this collusion hoax. Now, you would think Obama would have shut this down, right? Remember the Ratcliffe letter. Don't lose what we're doing here. The Ratcliffe letter states specifically, the CIA director, John Brennan, tells Obama, hey, Hillary's going to make up this collusion hoax. The Russians know about it. You would think Obama, as a responsible human being, would have shut it down. No, they were in on the whole thing. How do I know that? Because they let Mook go on TV and say it 2 days before they were about to launch this hoax. They knew about it. And then look at what happens on July 26th. They get someone to play ball with them from overseas. Here's the Canberra Times, an Australian newspaper for the Liberals. That's where Canberra is. For the Republicans, I'm sorry to have to repeat that. Downer Russia tip sparked the FBI Trump probe. Pete Mitchell, Canberra Times. Let's take a screenshot from that piece and let's see what date this friendly foreigner tip they needed came in. Oh, July 26th. Oh, same day Obama finds out about it. It says, quote, the Horowitz report details how Mr. Alexander Downer sat on this information about this Papadopoulos giving him information about, Russia and Hillary and stuff until July 26th, 4 days after WikiLeaks publicly released hacked emails from the Democratic Convention. So if you're Obama in the Oval Office and you've been told by your CIA director, Hillary's going to make up a story about Russian collusion and you're in on it, Obama, because you want this story to go forward. Again, you let their campaign flags float it. Then you make sure through your CIA and others that a foreigner says, hey, I met with one of these Trump guys. This collusion thing, he could be real, Conveniently, the tip comes in on the same day, July 26th, as Obama finds out. But just weird, a coincidence, I'm sure. So step one, campaign flack makes announcement. Step two, get friendly foreigner on board with a tip. Step three, I would pay a former spy who worked the Russia desk to write a report saying that Trump's colluding with the Russians, which would appear right after I was told in the Oval Office on July 26th that Trump's colluding with the Russians and we're going to make it up. That didn't happen. Oh, here it is. Here's dossier number 95 by Christopher Steele, a paid foreign spy who used to work the Russian desk for UK intelligence. You can read through it if you'd like. I have it highlighted. Hat tip the great Hans Monkey, by the way, who has great stuff on there. That's where I get some of these screenshots from. You can read Christopher Steele's report number 95, which clearly lays out a made-up, fabricated scheme between Donald Trump and the Russians to get Hillary's emails and throw the election. What's the problem about Report 95? It's made up and it's all false. But again, if you're in the Oval Office on July 26th and you're figuring out right then and there that Hillary's going to hatch this fake collusion hoax, you need evidence, even if you have to make it up.
You just heard Dan Bongino.